This podcast is sponsored by Ramp. Are you the decision maker in your company? Consider this. For the first time in decades, there's a better option for a corporate card and spend management platform. Meet Ramp, the only corporate card and spend management system designed to help you spend less money so you can make more. Most corporate credit cards offer points as incentives, but those points amount to less than their worth in real cash value. Ramp's corporate cards offer you cash back, real money in your pocket. Plus, you control who spends what with each vendor. And Ramp software collects and verifies receipts automatically, which means you'll stop wasteful spending and close your books in hours instead of days. Businesses that use Ramp add up to 5% to their bottom line the first year. If you're a decision maker, adding Ramp could be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And now get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/easy. Ramp.com/easy. RAMP.com/easy.
Cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members, FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Adam Culbertson here. Before we begin, we got a promo from another independent podcast, so when you finish this episode, make sure you go and check them out.
Greetings, Podquesters. I am Colt Hawkins, famous bard of the podcast Intelligence Check. Intelligence Check is set in a Tolkien-esque world where our party members are forced by fate down the road of adventure. Literally, fate is physically forcing us. We keep trying to walk away, but the damn thing never lets up. Now I know what you're saying. Another D&D podcast? But trust me, I'm worth listening to. I mean, we're worth listening to. And doesn't this accent make you just want to trust me? Intelligence Check celebrates the camaraderie of lifelong friends, joking around a table while remaining true to their characters and story. We bring you short, bi-weekly adventures full of action, banter, too many tentacles, and a naked dwarf. Oh, dear God, someone please put some clothes on that dwarf. So roll an intelligence check, because the show you're listening to now is awesome, but you'll need something to hold you over while you wait for new episodes. Oh, come on, is that really the tagline we're using?
Steal your mind, for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters. Yeah, I'm going to say his head pops off in the middle of all that, too.
I'm good with that.
All right. Like his head just blows off of his head and like lands on the ground and rolls, and the rest of his body just burns up into ash.
And then the arc lightning overcharges the portal machine
And cuts back on.
Oh, and the sword drops to the ground as well. That green sword. Yeah, the Dow.
The Dow.
And we're done with combat, guys.
Yeah.
Victor's
Victor.
Walk over. Victor
Victor,
is
get
walking
down.
over, picking up the sword, and then picking up the head, or whichever's closer, I guess. And then he's gonna take that mask off.
Okay, so yeah, you get. I say you get the sword first, and you notice there's like a button on the sword.
Mm-hmm.
And if you press it, it turns back into that chain, like it's like a belt.
Okay, that's
chain.
mine.
Or it can be used as he was using it as a belt, and like there's a way you press one of the chains and it turns into the Dow. Like it's like a amorphous blob, like in the transition, like it. So it's like shape shifting.
Then it's even more appropriate that it's my sword.
I'll yell to Aleister and be like, "I'm taking care of her. Go check upstairs and make sure there's nobody else here." Victor's hurt, and Evangeline is even more. So I'm going to move her to the couch and start healing. So please go do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll scamper off.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm definitely
we'll finish with the head. We'll finish with the head, and then we'll go into the next room. So Julian relayed that message to Aleister. Aleister, y'all, Julian and Aleister, did you go into the next room? Or into the rest of, like, where the couch and everything is?
Yeah, I'm going into the couch and then gonna, like, so I picked up Evangeline, and then I'm carrying her over to that couch. Okay.
So y'all leave the room. Victor sees y'all leave the room. He picks up the dowel, and he's looking at it, like, as y'all are leaving. And he realizes it's a chain. I don't know I'm guessing you put it on as a belt.
You just use it like a slap bracelet.
Or a sash. You could
use a slap bracelet.
A sash, yeah.
Like, no, you should whip it around your whole body like Ghost Rider.
Oh, that'd be cool. However you want to do it. How are you doing it?
Oh, I mean, honestly, Victor would, if he saw it being used as a belt, he wouldn't be very creative right this moment. He's
okay.
Like this is really cool. And Victor will definitely spend a little bit of time later looking at it, but Victor really wants to see the face of who this was.
All right.
Because Victor also has bad feelings about who this is.
The weight of the dowel, like when you change it into the chain, it's the exact same amount of weight. Like the weight doesn't change.
Okay.
Like, so either that's a really light dowel or a really heavy belt.
One of the two.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess
or maybe it's a somewhat light dowel and a somewhat heavy belt.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. You just notice that the weight doesn't change.
Okay. The weight doesn't change. Got it.
You go over to the head and you notice that the leather mask has like a chunk that's burned off of it, so you can like see part of the face underneath it, and you definitely know it's a Cryptfolk face.
Yes.
Old man Ferguson.
Victor's going to just sort of reach. I don't know if it's like a head covering mask or just like the face covered, how it's attached.
Yeah, it's like the face covered, like it's attached. Yeah.
And Victor is going to prepare for the worst and remove this mask, because you said it's made out of like leather, like skin and stuff.
Yeah.
He's going to take the mask off.
At closer inspection and touch, it's definitely made out of humanoid patchwork, like all different types of,
like leather face.
Yeah. Like you got some orc skin, like you would know skin, because
oh yeah,
I know all skin.
Yeah. So it's like you got some orcs, you got some elf, you got some human.
Suddenly you want pork rinds.
Yeah. Yeah. You take the mask off, and you're now holding Luth's head in your hand.
I was afraid of that. And Victor knows that this isn't necessarily Luth that we left in the DDA, because how would you get out?
Yeah.
And so he's, Victor's kind of heartbroken, because this means that more than likely the Luth of this world might be who this is, and that's who that guy ended up being. And so he's very, very sad. I don't know if he would speak out loud to the head, but he's going to keep it.
He's taking some inspiration from Gimbal.
Yeah, exactly. Don't worry, Luth. We'll get him. Luth, this is Bracket. You guys are going to spend a lot of time together.
You're gonna put both their heads together like on a counter and just be like, oh wow, they're really hitting it off.
Yeah.
We're like a quarter of the way to 8 heads in a duffel bag.
Knowing what he does about how this Luth acted, that he fit the description of the blood portal cloaked gentleman that the pallid mask summoned. And considering Victor's current state, he is not prepared to attempt to learn anything about this right now. That's why he's keeping the head. He's going to wait until he's gotten his strength back, and then, then figure this out. Because presumably if he only saw one cloaked figure being raised from a blood portal. That might have taken a little bit of effort. There's hopefully not many more. So,
yeah.
And
All
before
right.
it was actually a cloning vat, and all of the assassins are Luth.
yeah. And so Victor's going to go, he's going to leave the portal room and try to find a place to sit down. Maybe, I'm assuming Julian is still tending to Evangeline out there on the couch. If there's like another chair in the room or something, Victor's just going to go and sit down.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll get
Rest.
to that.
So two things. One, Richard the Luthwaffe.
Oh, man.
And then go ahead, Adam. Sorry.
Yeah, so while you were looking at the head, I'm sure you were just lost in thought there for a while looking at the head. So you didn't leave the room immediately. So
No.
as soon as Julian and Aleister, you get out of the room, you see a slashed up Verspar laying on the ground, and you see a slashed up Gimbal laying on the ground, and it looked like Brackett's head rolled underneath that workshop table.
Poor Brackett. How's he going to cope?
Yeah.
Then I'll put down Evangeline on the couch, and then she's stable. She's not dying. I'll go over to Verspar and check her vitals.
Okay. She is she's unconscious. Like, she is definitely a 0 HP.
Okay. And then I'll check Gimbal.
Okay, so you're not doing anything to her?
Well, she's stable. Like, she's not gonna.
No, she's not stable.
Oh, she's not stable. Okay, well
No,
then
0
yeah.
HP is not stable.
Okay.
0 HP is dying.
Well,
so I'll
0 HP is not necessarily stable.
yeah.
Like, you can be at
Okay.
0 HP and stable.
Yeah,
Stable.
no, not stable.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
If that's the case, then I will do double cast. So I will do cure wounds second level on. Well, I mean, I'm not in combat, so I could do it for both. So I'll do cure wounds second level on Verspar and cure wounds second level on Evangeline. So let me roll those real fast.
Oh, you're hitting Evangeline, not Gimbal?
I'm doing Evangeline and Verspar right now.
Evangeline has got
All
1
right.
HP and will not die right now.
Well,
Oh,
just for the record.
she won't. Well,
How many
no.
turns is that? Oh, okay, so think of it as in turns, like what you can do within turns, because you are on a time limit
Yeah,
for
timer.
these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no.
so
Evangeline
And-
is not
and
at risk
also-
of dying.
So
Also,
you're technically
as-
still in like turns.
As long as you
Turn-
stabilize someone, they're not at risk of dying.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
then I will cast because Spare the Dying is a bonus action. No, it's not. It's a touch. It's a regular spell. I will cast Spare the Dying on Verspar.
Okay.
And then I will cast Healing Word on Gimbal.
And
So-
that's the bonus action.
so that's the bonus action. So I have to touch Verspar
Verspar.
for
Okay.
Spare the Dying, and then Healing Word has a 60-foot range. So I'll
And
cast
that's your laser pointer thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
All
like I
right,
said,
so-
hand on Verspar's chest, laser on Gimbal. Verspar gets 12 points of healing. I'm sorry, 13 points of healing.
Okay. Yeah, so Verspar stabilizes, Gimbal, his wounds close up, and he wakes up.
Okay. Now you've got time to get Bracket.
He's like, oh man. Oh no, that's not the right voice. It's your style.
There you go.
Oh man. So, what happened? Like, where's Bracket? Oh, there you are, buddy. I'm coming. And he crawls over to the workshop desk, and he grabs Bracket's head, and he like puts his back to the wall, like, and sits up against the wall, and he's like, oh man, it looks like there was a massacre in here. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah. What the hell happened?
I don't know. I was looking at inside the window at the portal, and then next thing I know, I was waking up and everything's covered in blood. I'm covered in blood.
Aleister's in the room too, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I thought that I was
Yeah.
just going off to check the rest of the house.
Well,
Yeah, but you would have run out
okay.
immediately and
Yeah.
found them lying there, and then at the same time as Julian.
Yes, but
Yeah.
at the same time, that doesn't necessarily mean nobody else is in the house.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
'Cause
guess
it's
you
at
already
least as
saved
important.
Evangeline, so you wouldn't have cared about the other two, so you would just run upstairs.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and
Well, he was also told to go
because
like, check.
it's at
Yeah.
least as important to check for other assassins or would-be
Yes, okay.
assassins
Cool. I was
as it
just
would be
making
to
sure
check
I
for
understood
people.
where Aleister was. I figured
Yeah.
if I was confused, other people might be confused.
So, yeah, no. My thought, anyways, that Aleister would still go check because he would not only be looking for like people to save, but more so also
People
to make sure
kill.
there's nobody else hiding in the house.
People to blast.
Yeah.
Eldritch Blast even.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all Gimbal said. He's just kind of sitting there, just like up against the wall, looks exhausted and
Okay.
holding Brackett's head.
I'll proceed to pull out a doctor's kit and I'll do the rest of my healing and basically I'll try to heal all them back up as much as possible.
But you're able to. Do you have enough spell slots to cast healing spells on them to where it closes up their wounds? Right.
Yeah, so I've got
Okay.
2 more first level spells and then 1 more second level.
Okay.
So I'll just say between the 2 of them, I'll. If you want me to roll it, I can roll it.
No. We'll say like you're casting it. They're going to be able to heal up.
Yeah, so I'll blow all the healing to heal them back up and then get them
Okay.
back up on their feet.
Which you just need 2 spells to seal their wounds that they were bleeding out of.
Got it. Then I'll use my first level spells for that.
Okay.
First Bard, Evangeline, what happened?
Evangeline's going to speak up. It seems that some assassin, one of Dalton's assassins, found us.
Was it the one wearing a mask?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there only one of them?
Yeah, I only saw one. The portal closed and I was trying to fix it, so I wasn't paying attention to what was going on outside of the room, and as soon as I got it fixed, I turned around and saw him, and he immediately started cutting me up, but I managed to turn the portal on before I nearly died.
Well, the fact that you did that may have saved everyone's life in this room, so good on you.
Yeah.
We're all back. Aleister and Victor and I, we came in as soon as we were able to see the portal come back through, and the assassin is no longer with us.
Well, but this location is compromised now.
I would 100% agree with that assessment.
All right. Yeah, we gotta pack things up, get out of here.
Yeah.
Have you found a safe location outside of here, like since y'all have been out?
There's only one safe location that I can think of. If we don't have any other options, we'll have to go there. It's on the outskirts of Darkwell, in the woods.
Oh, okay.
But
Didn't y'all tell her about the lady in the
yes.
woods?
Yeah. Did we?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I believe we did.
This
If not, we'll just retcon it
Yeah,
and say we
yeah,
did.
let's say we did.
Time passed.
yeah.
And we told them.
This what did you say her name was? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes. Lady, help me out here.
Eliana Walsh.
Yeah,
Yes, Lady Walsh. Yes, she is the leader of the small town in the woods. She's been very helpful to us. I think she would help us again in a pinch. I'm not comfortable with that, to be perfectly honest, but I don't think we have any other options. She can guarantee your safety.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I'll start packing up just necessities.
Okay.
Think Victor walks out at this point?
Yeah. Victor walks up, and
Okay.
you just go and you sit down. I'm gonna say because the couch is being taken up. Well, she just got
Yeah.
up from the couch, but yeah. So you would just like there's blood all over the couch, but you would just sit down.
Yeah. It's just
would you still be holding the head, or would you have put it in your bag?
I think Victor would still be holding it.
Okay.
Honestly, if everyone is out there, like I was kind of under the impression that Julian would just be tending to Evangeline's wounds or something, and it would be relatively quiet. If everyone is awake in there, then I feel like
everyone's awake.
Victor might inform them of what he discovered.
Okay. Aleister he's checking everything out. Aleister, you don't find anything upstairs in the house, but it looks like they came in through the sewers and the door was still open. But other than that, you don't pick up any clues of like any entry. Like they were very good at their job.
Yep.
And not that I have like great investigative skills, but I don't notice any signs that there were any more than one attacker.
Yeah. All right. And then Aleister comes back. So you got that information. Victor has the information he has, and everybody's in the same room, and Evangeline's very tired, but she is gathering up stuff. It's all just one big room. So
yeah. Yes. So I guess everyone's sort of walking around doing stuff, and Victor's just sort of sitting there because he's the only one that didn't get healed up all the way. Victor's still sitting there at 14 HP. He's still, he doesn't have any visible wounds, but he's very exhausted. And so he's sort of sitting there, sort of holding the head, just kind of staring at it. And just like while everyone's walking around.
While tending to the wounds or whatever, I'll reach into my pocket and throw one of the healing potions I made back at town over to Victor and have him use that.
Oh, thank you. I do have 3, but I was hoping to not have to use them. I was going to use them.
Well, y'all are out of combat. Like, you're not in combat anymore.
But I have literally one spell left as a just in case. No,
I knew that. Yeah, maybe. So that'll give me. You know what? I'll just down all 4 of them because who knows we're gonna run into. So I'll roll for that in a second.
You're downing 4 potions.
I would just use 2. I wouldn't use all of them.
I'm telling you, you're out of combat. Like you are.
Oh, can I use hit
assumably
dice?
safe.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could actually use hit dice. I super forgot about that.
Don't waste your resources when you don't need to.
Yeah,
as long as you get a short rest, you can use hit dice to recover.
Okay, so we'll assume that we'll assume like during and after this that I get a short rest, and I'll just roll enough hit dice to get my HP up in a minute. But Victor's going to be sitting there, just sort of holding the head while everyone's doing stuff and packing. And then like kind of when Aleister and Julian are nearby, Victor's just gonna like all of a sudden say, Aleister's gonna be like, "It's Luth," and he's gonna like sort of turn it so that they can see the head and see that it's Luth.
Oh, I actually kind of like that one.
Yeah, I don't think this is my Luth.
No,
because I don't think he could have gotten out of the DDA. But
Evangeline, did you or Gimbal, do you know who Luth is?
They both say no. Yeah, Versbar just goes, I imagine he was just one of the many assassins that was being fed by Victor, being fed information by the other Victor.
That's what I think too.
It's an interesting choice of words, that.
Of being fed the information, yes.
Yeah. It makes sense. He's always been really ambitious and quite bright. I'm not surprised someone took advantage of his abilities. We have to get back to the DDA. We have to rescue everybody there.
Well, yes, I do agree.
Yeah. We can't stay here. We have to gather up everything we possibly can. We're going to have to leave town again. This place is compromised. I don't know if we can. It's a difficult decision. Either we go back, recover, or we hold up here for the night and attack the tower tomorrow.
Well, by here, surely you don't mean like here.
No. If there are any more of these guys, we won't be able to take them.
In Darkwell, not in this location. We'd have to find somewhere else.
We can handle these one at a time, but any number of these would likely overpower us.
The only place I could think of that we know pretty handily would be the clinic.
Well,
You also have that garage where you're keeping the car.
Oh, yeah, the garage where we're keeping the car. Oh, we also have the car.
Yeah.
That's also
We've got
true.
the car. We load everyone in the car and zip out of town. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell what areas are safe here. I have a feeling that the night gaunts, the doormen that chased us, saw the sewer entrance, and it's likely even without the other victor that the assassins had their fill, and we're able to use that information to find us here.
Well, I think whatever way you look at it, we're really running out of time to be able to handle this situation.
Yeah, it's getting out of control. The window is closing.
The only other option I can think of is we get ourselves together. We load everyone else up in the car, and we send them away. And then we go after the pallid mask.
Yeah. Problem is the car won't respond to really anybody except for me, right?
No, it takes
It'll
directions
take
from anyone. Yeah, from
who
me.
has the password.
Well, no, there is no password.
No password.
There is. We told him to not take orders from any surface folk unless they said the
gumdrop.
password.
That's
yeah.
right. You
Gumdrop.
did set
I
a
super
password. I
forgot about
So
forgot.
as long as we give them the gumdrop and the location, and maybe just escort them there.
No, I honestly don't think escorting them would be. I think we have to deal with this now.
Yeah.
Could we? Are they able to? Are they able to drive there in the car based on directions I could give the car?
Yeah, as long as there's like detailed directions, the car will take directions.
Does the
But
car
just
have, like, a
telling it,
built-in-
"Oh, we'll go to Evangeline's house," it's like I don't know what that is.
Could
Well,
tell
not
the
to
car
mention it didn't
return-
have any kind of,
return
like-
from, return from where we came from. Would it remember past journeys like a little app?
we should have programmed the home button and just hit return home and have that be in the woods.
I mean,
you could,
worst case, if we just
you
load
know
them in
the
the car and
general
send them
area
out.
where you entered the woods at based on where you were and everything, and
Okay.
plus the car has been there, so yeah, you'll be able to figure that out.
Okay, so then whoever's driving, I don't know which one would be driving. Not Gimbal.
The robot.
Not Gimbal. Oh yeah, the robot would be driving.
The robot would be driving.
Okay. Yeah. Damn it! I keep forgetting about all the logistics behind it.
Oh,
The
by
car
way,
is self-driving.
Yeah.
By the way, I have on my sheet car/robot, password gumdrop, but
Yeah.
my slash looks like an L. I say we call the robot Carl.
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 All right. Well, yeah, do that in game.
Yeah.
Who's
So if we go
driving?
to the
Oh my
car-
God, Baya's driving.
Because we parked the garage is not far from
Yeah, it's not
Evangeline's
far.
house, right?
Yeah, it's not
So
far.
like
Yeah.
we can get them to the
let's-
car and
yeah.
explain to the robot.
Let's pack up everything we need here.
Yep.
First bar, Evangeline, Gimbal, gather up anything you possibly can that you can carry, and then we will load up the car and we'll send you guys out of town, and we have to take care of we have to storm that tower. Otherwise the attacks are just going to get harsher and they're going to up the ante.
They all
We got
Agree.
we got super lucky this time in the fact that we were able to get through the portal and deal with the assassin and bring you guys basically out off death's door.
Indeed. I think, especially given the resources of our enemy, a war of attrition is not in our favor.
If only we
No.
had a giant bug army.
Well, we kind of sort of do. We just don't have a way of materializing them.
And you see Evangeline go into the portal room, and she grabs this almost like a canister looking thing, and she's like, this is what powers the portal. So I'm going to hold on to this. I'll be able to make something else somewhere else. But yeah, this is what causes it to happen. And she stuffs it in a bag.
Okay. Okay. All right. We'll start
y'all
gathering your
heading
stuff and
out?
we'll head to the garage. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so y'all get up to the top, or you get to up to an alley, and you go up. You go through you exit the sewer, and you're hearing like dragging and scraping out in the street as you're in the alley.
Great.
Dragging and scraping.
Yeah, like you hear like footsteps and like drag, like maybe like a weapon dragging on the ground.
Oh God, it's Pyramid Head.
Oh, don't you tease me like that. bringing my absolute favorite monster of all fiction into something.
Okay. How far are we from this garage with the car in it?
I don't remember the exact distance y'all were, but
I mean,
you can look and see what's going on.
A half a mile away.
It's
is
not
what
going to
I'm
be
asking.
like a half a mile, but we'll do it based on how y'all want to approach it. So yeah, you hear the scraping and the dragging out in the street.
All right. Can we? But we can't see anything from where we are. We're like in the sewer.
You're in the alley.
No, yeah,
you climbed out of the sewer.
Okay.
I'd say we'd roll stealth checks and see if we can sneak past it.
Yeah. Will we be able to sneak everyone else with us?
I could cast invisibility on one person.
Okay.
Aleister, you can do that as well, right?
Yes, I can. I think I can cover them.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's...
I'll roll a stealth check.
Yeah, so that's only one person out.
Okay. I got a 21 for stealth.
Okay.
Where'd Victor go?
What are you hiding behind?
I'm not sure. You said we were in an alley. What's in the alley?
I don't know.
You should.
I guess
you should do a solid snake and crawl into a box. I feel so safe inside the box.
Y'all haven't looked to see what it is yet, have you?
No.
Nope.
No, I was
But
going to stealth it before I looked.
I think we need a stealth so it doesn't spot us on the way out.
So maybe
Okay.
maybe I just sort of peek around
Scout
just
out.
a little bit ahead of everyone.
Yeah, you're able to use the shadows in your favor with that 21. Yeah,
Okay,
Your
cool. So
style.
I'll just
your
be
style.
like, I'll just be like, wait right here. I'm gonna go see what it is, and then I'll sneak down and I'll just.
Where'd he go?
In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and cast invisibility, encompassing myself, Evangeline, and Gimbal.
Okay.
Oh, you can do 3 times? Shit.
Does Gimbal? Does Bracket's?
I mean, I
head
cast
count?
it as a 4th level
Since Gimbal's
spell.
holding it.
Oh.
Bracket's head is invisible too, right? It's not just a floating head.
Well,
Well, it's not like your clothes would appear
I
if you
know.
turned invisible.
I mean, I
I'm
would
just kidding.
consider Bracket's head to be a belonging.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
By the way, loose head is in my backpack of holding at this point.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and if we somehow end up in combat, you're gonna have to pause and tell me what that sword does.
I could identify it for you.
You could. So we'll cross that bridge when we
All right, yeah.
when he tells me what we see around the
When
corner
you're-
here.
All right. So
Oh, by the way, I did roll my hit dice, so I'm back up to 48 HP.
Nice.
I had to use 6 die, but I got there.
So who'd you say you got? You got Gimbal, Evangeline, and yourself.
Yes.
Okay, so then I'll cast invisibility on Versbar.
Oh.
And then I will roll my stealth check.
Also, Victor was sitting and resting for most of the time, so my key points are back up from the short rest.
I
as well.
rolled a 15.
Okay.
Hold on. I'll do 15, and then I will add 5 with Flash of Genius, so that would make it a 20.
you're stealthing.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. And nothing was done with Versbar, right?
No, I cast invisibility on Versbar.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Never mind then.
Mhm.
All right. Cool. I didn't know if I needed to roll stealth for her.
No.
All right. So, Victor, you look out. You peek around the corner. You look out into the street, and you see like a group of 5. It looks like they're Darkwell citizens. Their clothes are very tattered. Like a couple of them are holding torches, and they're like dragging. Like their movements are very dragging, and they're holding like makeshift weapons of like different types of tools, stuff like that. Like it looks like somebody's got like a table leg, and it's got like huge barbs nailed through it.
I'm getting big Bloodborne vibes.
And like a good, like somebody's got like a big logging axe, that kind of stuff. It's like tools.
Suddenly,
just
Yarnum.
makeshift weapons. Yeah.
Okay. But they're alone?
There's 5 of them.
But, I mean, there's no one else with them.
Yeah, it's just the 5 of them. It does sound like in the... Give me a perception check, too.
Yeah. I was about to say, can I tell what they're doing, saying? That's a 19.
Nice. Legolas, what do your elf eyes see?
So,
Yeah,
you hear them talking in between, like, amongst each other, and they're like... One of them in the middle, he's like, "You go that way.
I'll go home."
Like they break off a little bit, and you hear like that's going on to your left. Like they're walking away from y'all, going to the left, and you hear off to the right. It sounds like a pack of dogs are like fighting or like tearing something up in the distance. But yeah, that's what the street looks like and sounds like.
I'm gonna sneak back over and be like, Evangeline, because I don't know where she is. I guess I can see Julian because he's probably not hiding from me, and he's the only other person I can see. So that's
like he can wave to you and keep his stealth.
So I'm gonna try to talk to Evangeline real quick.
Okay. Yes.
There's a group of Darkwell citizens with makeshift weapons. I heard some dogs in the distance. Do you think these are friendlies? Or do you think they might work for the Pallid Mask?
No, they're definitely not friendlies.
All right. Then I think we just need to keep quiet and try to make our way to the car.
Okay. I'm going to say to get to the alley across the street, those stealth rolls, they'll work for that. Okay. You get to the end of that alley. Yeah, there's some more people, quote unquote, to the right. To the left, you see 2 almost like they're like giant dogs. They look like starved, like wolves almost, but like they're the size of like people.
Okay. Well, I don't want to mess with them. All right, but that's on the way to the garage, or where we got there?
Yeah.
You just things.
You got to the end of the alley across the street from where y'all started, and y'all need to roll me another stealth roll to get across that street.
All of us?
Without being seen.
I think just you and
me.
Well,
just the 2 of you. That everybody else is invisible.
Okay, so let me roll.
All right, cross your fingers.
I rolled.
Hold on to your butts.
I rolled a 17, and I will use another flash of genius to make that 23.
And I rolled a 22.
All right.
Some stealthy boys and girls.
Yep. This new D20 works great.
All right, so you're watching both ways. The humanoids seem to disperse and go their own way, and it looks like the wolves they got distracted by something, and they both like perked up and ran off together in the same direction away from y'all, and y'all were able to cross the street. And you're at the garage. You can go in the back door and get in there now.
Yep. Robot. Gumdrop.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
It's good to be back.
What's your destination today?
Can you take us back where we came from before we got to this location?
That's only slightly open-ended.
Yep. Not Servatus.
Not Servatus.
He's like, okay, going back to your original universe.
the origin of our previous trip before we stopped here. That second stop. Not when we stopped at the store. The other one. Can you take us back to the woods we were in?
The woods to the southwest.
Yes.
Yes, I can return to that destination.
Yay.
Excellent. Are we going to unturn them invisible?
Well, provided that we're all inside of the garage and it's all closed up, then sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Because until it's all closed up, I'm not dropping it.
So I think we unturn them all invisible, or make them all visible would be a better way to put that than unturn them invisible.
Well, I mean, technically, we're not really making them visible so much as we are unmaking them invisible.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are remaking them visible.
I mean, we're not redoing anything. We're undoing something, though.
I suppose.
Right, so are we resting here?
We're going to pack up the car and then basically...
It might be worth resting in the car, everyone, because we know the inside of the car is at least moderately safe, and we could get a long rest in, and you guys could get some of those spell slots back before we go anywhere and do something.
I would like that.
Yep.
But a long rest is, 8 hours?
4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours? Okay, yeah. Then, I would very much appreciate that.
Okay, so...
Because of super special powers.
We pack up the car with all the stuff and all the people because it's a mini limousine, as we were told. So it should fit everybody.
Yeah.
And then I say we take a long rest in this car.
It's like a long town car.
All right. Is anybody going to stay up for, lookout?
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
How long is
so
first
y'all
watch?
are just gonna rotate for during that long rest to make sure nothing comes. So I'm not gonna have y'all play all that out.
Yeah.
Okay. So for the 4 hours slowed down to 8 hours, we take turns and everyone gets a full long rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, you can still technically rest while you're keeping a lookout. You're just not actively sleeping.
Yeah.
Cool.
Doing the long rest.
Hey, Adam here. So yeah, here we go. They're getting ready to go up against the tower and the pallid mask. After a long rest, though. Gonna rest in this garage with the car and the people that they are trying to save. Oh man. That is the last of the arc. Familiar strangers. Seems like we're coming up towards the end of season 2. Somewhere near here, maybe. Got a while. It's only the end of February. We got a jam-packed month in March. Excited for y'all to listen to this. But yeah, the next episode you're going to be listening to, Microphones and Monsters, will be a year old. Yeah, it's crazy. We started at the beginning of March 2020, and yeah, this is crazy. This year has been one hell of a ride. It has been non-stop fun. This is episode 98. We've put out 98 episodes this year, or in the past year, and yeah, we're gonna hit 1 year, and then we're gonna release episode 100 at the end of the week. 100 episodes, 1 year. What? Oh man, thank you so much, everybody who's listening, everybody who has participated in the show in one way or another, guesting, promo swaps, guesting on our show, us guesting on other shows. It's awesome. Thank you, everybody, for shout outs, telling your friends, telling your family, telling your pets, all of that good stuff. I tell my pets all the time, I'm like, hey, go listen to our podcast. But they're like, I don't know what a podcast is. So, yeah. But if they do, tell them to go to microphonesandmonsters.com. Everything Microphones and Monsters is there. Patreon with ad-free episodes. Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Go leave us a review. Podchaser, Apple Podcasts. We got playlists out there on Spotify. Yeah. All of our music is written and produced by Marco Mazzei of Fallen Highway Studios. Again, I can never thank you enough for helping make this show awesome. Like, the fact that people are listening, mind blown. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great weekend or day, whatever. Whenever you're listening to this, I hope you have a great day. And Hope you join us next time here on Microphones and Monsters.